Hey, what's up, people? JayDub here. We are officially done with the first night in what people are calling the new Monday Night Wars. I actually watched both shows, even though I said I was only going to watch Monday Night Raw. I did the whole flipping between the channels thing, so I'm going to give my opinion on both shows, but I'm not doing this each and every week watching both shows because this shit was tiring as hell. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and click that yellow button over there. I want to start off with Monday Night Raw, give my thoughts on what I didn't like about this episode, what I liked, and then move on to TNA. What I didn't like about Monday Night Raw, surprisingly, the celebrity guest host, Chris Angel. He absolutely annoyed the hell out of me. I really didn't care for him before this episode, but coming out of this episode, I really don't like him. He was annoying as hell. And my old saying about the celebrity guest host thing was, if you don't get tired of seeing a celebrity guest host, that means they did a good job. I saw him the first time. I was tired as hell. I'm like, get off of my TV. All of the jokes, all of the tricks that he did, they were simple. I saw him a million times before. I'm like, yeah, whatever. He was annoying as hell. Moving on. The main event between John Cena and Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon, he used his power to make it a gauntlet match instead of a one-on-one match, which is what I actually wanted to see. One-on-one between Vince McMahon, John Cena, but we didn't see that. We saw the gauntlet match, like I said, and Batista ended up interfering. Pretty sure a lot of people are going to say they expected all of that to happen. I didn't like any of that at all. I wish it would have been a one-on-one match, like I said. But moving on to the things that I liked about this show, the WrestleMania 26 build-up with The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels and Sheamus and Triple H. Speaking of Sheamus and Triple H, the match was officially booked. Sheamus versus Triple H at WrestleMania 26. I love seeing Triple H be, serious. He was back to serious mode instead of being, the jokey, funny type guy that we saw in DX with Shawn Michaels for months upon months, Like I said, he's back to, being serious, and I loved how he mirrored his road to the top in WWE to, kind of like what Sheamus is doing right now. That was great to see. And moving on to the next WrestleMania 26 build-up, promo that I'm going to talk about, Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. From what I saw of it, it was pretty good. But since this started out the show on iMPACT, they were talking about this whole big 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes of iMPACT, which I will get to that, later on. But as far as Shawn Michaels and Undertaker go, I didn't see all of it because I was watching TNA at that point. But from what I saw, it was pretty good. It was great build-up, and I heard that they booked the match for WrestleMania 26 to be a no DQ and no count-out match. So I'm guessing that this match has to end with a submission or a pinfall, so it can't end in the draw like a lot of people were saying. But yeah, those were the things that I liked about Raw. Those were the things that I disliked about Raw. All in all, it was a good show. Moving on to TNA Impact. The things that I did not like about this show. First off, Brooke Hogan. She was on the camera they kept showing her in the damn audience. Then they actually introduced her as an on-screen character. She can't act worth a damn. It was enough that they were just throwing a camera on her every now and then. But now to actually have her speaking and trying to act on camera, that was a total fail. Her and Bubba the Love Sponge, put them in a fucking rocket ship, send them off to Pluto. Send them off to Pluto, so far away from TNA, so far away from TV, Moving on to the next thing, the first 5 minutes of Impact, I didn't like, the build-up to this. They're talking about surprises and shit. What the hell was a surprise? What was the surprise? That they fooled everybody? They throw on this match that we were thinking was going to be the main event, but they throw on the two, what was it, Abyss and Hulk Hogan versus AJ Styles and Ric Flair. We pretty much knew something was going to happen, seeing as they threw on this match first when it was supposed to be the main event. But yeah, the first 5 minutes of Impact, what was it? It was, Hulk Hogan's entrance, Abyss's entrance, and Hulk Hogan talking shit and brother on the mic. That was the first 5 minutes. So basically, that was a cheap marketing ploy to get people to tune in, to Impact from the start and try to keep them for the whole show. But yeah, you had Sting returning to TNA television. He ended up competing in a match with RVD. RVD squashed him in like 10 seconds. Then RVD got his ass beat, with a baseball bat. But yeah, I guess Sting is now heel. One of the great moments in the show was when he tried to choke Dixie Carter. That was great for me. But yeah, moving back on to the things that I didn't like about this. You lost on the first question, dumbass. I'm watching Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. But anyway, yeah, like the first. Anyway, moving back on to TNA, yeah, they had Jeff Hardy re-debuting in the company. The last time we saw him was January 4th, so I'm guessing, like, did he just show up today, and is he going to take a 2-month break again? Like, when's the next time we're going to see Jeff Hardy? That was a good thing that TNA, I don't know if it was exactly a good thing, but it keeps people wanting more. It's like a cliffhanger. At the end of the show, they had Jeff Hardy run out, and they like cut off the show like right in the middle of the battle. So they think that's going to hold them over until next week when a taped TNA Impact is going head up with a live episode of Monday Night Raw with Stone Cold Steve Austin as a celebrity guest host. Good luck to you, TNA, but yeah, you might be up a creek without a paddle next week, but I don't know. We'll see. I guess, oh yeah, and another thing that I didn't like about the show, all of the damn blood. Now, a lot of people are going to be saying, oh, well, JayDub, you must like that PG shit. Oh, well, we're hardcore wrestling fans. We want blood, cursing, and titties. I guess that's what you guys are going to be saying, but all of the blood, it was, like, excessive. Like, it was at a point, it was too fucking much. It's only so much that you can do where you can mask the substance with all of this excessive blood, and, that's basically what they were doing, masking, a lack of substance with all of that crazy stuff that was going on. Speaking of a lack of substance, TNA Impact, they were filled with all of the glitz and the glamour and the novelty of this being their first permanent episode of TNA Impact on Monday nights. They were filled with all of that, so I'm not going to give a concrete opinion on TNA Impact now that they've moved permanently to Monday nights, because of course, they're going to go out there and put on the best show possible, and that's what they, attempted to do tonight. And yeah, like I think I said at the beginning of the video, I can't watch, both shows. I can't do this each and every week because it was too draining on me. So here's what I'm going to do for with this whole new Monday Night War thing. I'll be watching Monday Night Raw. I'll give TNA a 1-month break. I will not be watching TNA Impact over this next month. I'm going to wait till all of the glitz and the glamour wears off, and I'm going to see what TNA does on Monday nights that is actually full of substance. What TNA is going to do when they're actually stable and secure on Monday nights. Because it isn't a clear indication of this whole war thing. Because TNA, they were, out for blood. And I do think that they think that they drew blood, but in the grand scheme of things, this was just one night at the beginning, and yeah, like I said, I won't be watching TNA Impact over the next month. Hopefully, then in this time, the glitz and the glamour wears off, and the novelty wears off, and I'll see where TNA ends up, at that point in time. But until then, I'm watching Monday Night Raw. I am JayDub. Peace out.